somebody that you played they compare to?
Well, they have a lot of athleticism, Jim, and when you see that, you see a lot of similarities in a lot of the teams that we may have played through the course of the year. But in the Federal League, what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot more of the tempo games where we're controlling the tempo. We're playing possession basketball. You know, Canton McKinley knows what it's like to be in the same group with a Heights team. Thomas Worthington, when we played in our holiday tournament. Garfield, you know, gave us a good look of some of those things. But they're a unique group because their coach does a nice job of getting them into some sets. They may go up and down the floor some, but they're going to run some things that you change their defenses, at least the games that we saw them. You know, they've got some things that they're going to try to do to you to take you out of your offense and also, you know, come down the floor in their traps and do those things, but they're not going to live and die by that.
How many days have you literally had to prepare for them, like 3?
Yeah, you know, we usually take that no matter who we're playing. We're still concerned about how our kids are playing and what are we doing well and not well. The late game we played extremely well. The one good thing is we got to keep our kids' legs pretty fresh, and that'll help you any time at this time of the year. So we just kind of concern ourselves, and then we do what we call our personnel for a couple of days. And you know, Heights definitely has some great players in Davis and Nixon and McClinton. They've got 3 very good perimeter people, and the post guys seem to complement them well. So you know, we worked a couple of days on what we think we're going to see out here tonight.
Nixon, is that their go-to guy? He's the one you find, and when you're looking for him, is he all over the floor? He's a perimeter player?
Well, he's a perimeter player, but he's so strong. They've had him on the blocks. If your guards aren't very strong, they'll post you up right now. They're going to give him some high screens. They're going to find him in transition. You'll find people going to the basket. He's a very good player, and he's what makes them go. And defensively, we'll have to find him and complement him, but we'll also have to find those other 4 because they're a good balanced team, a real solid team when they do a lot of things on that floor offensively.
Well, the regionals, great place to be. There's still a couple of more steps you want, but you got to get this one. Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jim. Good seeing you again.
Gar Arena here at the University of Akron. Jackson against Cleveland Heights in the Division I regional semifinal. I'm Jim Johnson. With me, Dave Albert. David, send it up for us.
Well, Jackson with a record of 20-3. Cleveland Heights, they have a record of 17-6. For Jackson, they score 60.7 points a ball game. Their defense is stingy, just 41.4 a ball game. Cleveland Heights, on the other hand, they score more, but they give up more. Heights 71.1 points a ball game, but they give up 63.3 points a game. From the floor, 47%. Cleveland Heights, 44%. Jackson, the better free throw shooting team as well. Jackson, 67%. Cleveland Heights, 63%. Three-point range, Jackson, 86 of 249. That figures out to about 35%. Cleveland Heights, they come in at 27.5% from three-point range. For Jackson, if you're looking for a three-pointer, Wes Steiner, 39% on the year. He's hit 38 of 98. Mark Raabe, the other three-point shooter, he is 34 of 90 for 38%. The starting lineups for Heights at the guards. The point guard, Jim Davis, 5'11 senior, 6 points a ball game. The other guard, Roger McClinton, 5'11 senior. McClinton, 10.9 points a game. Jim Lewis, a 6'2 senior, 10.6 points a ball game at one forward. The other forward, Aaron Nixon, we told you about him, a 6'3 senior, 21.9 points a ball game. Barry Cofield, a wide body at 6'5 and a junior. Cofield double figures at 10.2 points a game. Starting for Jackson, the guards, Brad Cochran, a 5'10 senior, 4.1 points a game. Mark Raabe, a 6'2 senior, leading scorer, 15.9 points a ball game. Also pulls down 5.7 boards per contest. The two forwards, Jesse Moore, a 6'6 senior, 7.2 points a ball game. Craig Saxton, the other forward, a 6'3 senior, 5.3 points a game. And in the middle, big Brodie Haer, a 6'8 senior. Haer double figures, 13.1 points a ball game. Also 6.3 boards per contest. And as we said, Jackson's front line, 6'3", 6'6", 6'8". Cleveland Heights, 6'2", 6'3", and 6'5".
Now here in the regionals, they introduced everybody. So getting ready for the starters now of Heights. They've introduced the rest of the Heights young men.
We talked about Jackson averaging 60.7 a ball game. That's overall. But in the tournament, 3 games played, Jackson scoring 47.7 a game, giving up just 26.7 a ball game. Jackson beat Green 36-21. They beat Boardman 38-33. And then they beat Lake, their last ball game, 69-26.
I was going to mention an interesting statistic on Jackson this year. They've been leading at halftime in each of their 20 wins. And in the losses to Perry, McKinley, and Stowe, they trailed at halftime. And a win tonight would tie Jackson with the most wins in school history. For a year, the Bears won 21 games in 93-94, 21 games in 97 and 98. And the winner of this game comes back Saturday night, 7:30 to play Stowe. Great game here last night. Menor had Stowe beat. Stowe came back, got the lead. Menor had the ball, what did they tell us? Last 3-4 seconds down at their basket and traveled. And the final score last night was Stowe 71, Menor 70.
Kind of interesting, Jim. Cleveland Heights unseeded in the Cleveland South District, but they beat Cleveland John Hay 89-48. They beat top-seeded Warren Harding 69-60, and then they beat second-seeded Euclid 64-56, and then they got by third-seeded Shaker Heights, their last ball game, 75-64. Jackson, they had the top seed in the Canton District to beat Green, as we told you, Boardman and Lake.
This is a good Cleveland Heights team. They're playing very well right now. And the thing about this tournament, and talking to a couple of coaches, Mentor, Stowe, Heights, or Jackson, I got the impression that they felt born, and we are on the way to what we think will be a great basketball game. Heights controls the tip, and McClinton has it. He'll bring it back across the timeline of the forecourt. McClinton on the right side. Goes topside to point guard Davis to McClinton. Jackson in that pat in the 2-3 zone. They match up out of it. Cochran now pretty tight on McClinton. On the left side, this is Davis. Gives it to McClinton. In the corner to Lewis. Out to McClinton. Heights, they like to run and gun, but they're being fairly patient right now. Back out on top, McClinton and to Davis. Heights trying to solve this Jackson 2-3 zone here. Baseline right side in the corner, Lewis. Lob in the lane, knocked loose, and they turn it over. Picked up by the Polar Bears. And here comes Cochran on the right side to Raabe. Raabe drives, stops, feeds down low to Brodie. Haer got it. So the Polar Bears are up to a 2-0 lead here early in the ball game. We played a minute. Feed, and they throw it away again as Davis tried to whip a pass to the big guy, Cofield. Barry Cofield is 6'5", and I mean a wide body. He's wider than Brodie. Brodie, pretty good-sized young man. Cochran, forecourt, bounce pass, left side. We go with the feed to Saxon. Saxon looking inside, nothing there. We'll take the dribble to the top of the key. Bounce pass to Raabe out about 25 feet. Heights man-to-man defense, and they're right out there on the ball. Raabe to Brodie. Haer, who comes way out on the right side to help out. Now top of the key, high post to Moore. Back on the right side, Raabe with a 3. Yes! Mark Raabe puts Jackson up 5-0. In the forecourt, McClinton. Top side, Lewis. Right side, we go to Davis. Ball is deflected away, tipped around in the air, goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Jackson. Heights has turned it over for the 3rd time.
Cleveland Heights, 3 turnovers. They have yet to take a shot. Heights wants timeout.
30-second timeout called by Heights. We'll take a timeout for First Merit. Period here on 1480 WHBC. Polar Bears 5, Heights nothing. Jackson with the basketball. Cochran right to left. Right side of the key with a bounce pass to Moore. Jesse in the lane. Needs his help, and he double dribbled. Jesse put it on the floor once, picked it up, couldn't see anybody to throw it to, and put it back down on the floor. So Jackson's first turnover. Play 2. And it's 5-0, the Polar Bears. Cleveland Heights with the basketball. On the top is Nixon. Right side. McClinton, 3 in the air, right of the rim, no good. Cochran gets the rebound. That's their first rebound of the ball game. He'll bring it down hard. Feed to Raabe on the right side, over the defense. Whipped it to Saxon. Feed down inside. That is Moore who put it up and couldn't get it to go on the rebound. Cofield of Cleveland Heights. So Heights on the run the other way, left to right of the forecourt. 5-0 Jackson leads. 5:27 opening period here on 1480 WHBC. Davis with it. Goes high post to Nixon. He is their man. Nixon foul line leads in on Brodie, and Brodie's going to get a call for a foul. They got Brodie on Nixon one-on-one. Brodie was standing there hands high, but Nixon, being the smart player, left his feet, sort of leaned into Brodie and drew the foul.
We told you, Haer and Nixon almost 22 points a ball game. It will do the score now. Jackson on top.
Heights going to go to pressure, full court. Jackson by 3. Cochran got it in. Moore double team right in front of the Jackson bench. Needs some help. Throws it down floor to Saxon, over to Cochran. They got 2-on-1. Cochran to Haer, and he is fouled. Holy cow! Nixon 6'3", way up in the air. Came down on Brodie Haer. The ball, the body, and everything else. Brodie Haer's going to go line left, shooting 2. You can't believe how high Aaron Dixon got up.
And how hard he hit the floor. Nixon with his first foul of the ball game. Heights with their first. Brodie Haer line left, shooting 2. First one up and good. Haer now with 3 points in the ball game. 6-2 to score. Jackson on top. 5:10 left to play in the first quarter. Haer, second one up. In and out, no good.
And the rebound taken down by Aaron Dixon, who got up high again. Dixon down floor, goes to Davis. Davis on the wing right side, guarded by Saxon. Out to Nixon. Raabe's on Nixon, matching up out of that 2-3 zone. Now top side, Cofield, their big guy, 6'5", in the lane to the basket. Shot up and no good, but we got a whistle.
Haer again.
My goodness, if no. Brodie Haer has picked up his second foul.
First table. Shot by Barry Cofield, up and good. So Cofield in the book. Brodie Haer.
Heights 4. Heights with the pressure. It's almost like the game plan for Heights was to go right at Brodie Haer, and they haven't drawn a couple of fouls. Cochran with the basketball into forecourt. Left side, throws up an 18-footer on the rim, left, no good. Up in the air, Aaron Dixon, another rebound. 3 boards for Heights, and Heights throws it away for the 4th time. They've got 3 boards, Jackson 1, but Heights with 4 big turnovers.
Wes Steiner in the ball game now for Jackson, a 6'1" senior. He will come in. Brad Cochran sits down. Jackson will inbound. That's Saxon to toss it in.
Now Steiner's running the offense. Over comes to Raabe. Board post to Loney. Feed inside, Moore. Double team. Kicks it back out, throws it away. Picked up by Davis. Davis on the run will drive. Put it up, no, but another foul on Jackson. It's going to be on Steiner.
So Wes Steiner with his first. Jackson now with 3. Cleveland Heights so quick. This time Jim Davis will be the shooter. Cleveland Heights got the roll on that one. So Davis and Cleveland Heights a tie.
And pressure into Raabe, double team. Ball deflected. Heights stole it again. And now re-stolen by Moore, who took it away. So back-to-back turnovers. Steiner in backcourt. Height pressure by McClinton. Steiner falls down. McClinton has the ball to the basket, and Heights leads. Cleveland Heights 8, Jackson 6. Jackson wants a timeout. 3:57 to go, opening period. And we'll take this a full timeout. This is a full timeout. We'll take timeouts for red carpet and the 1480 in Canton. Heights has taken the lead 8-6. Jackson trouble with their pressure. Into Raabe, double team, throws it ahead down the right side. We go to Moore. Moore into forecourt. Moore around the screen by Tony will drive and score.
Work to perfection.
8-8, all tied up. Out on top. Was that Steiner or Moore that scored that?
That was Moore.
Okay, baseline, Lewis. Well, I think it was Steiner. I called the wrong guy. Jump shot from three-point range. No good by Nixon. And rebounded by Taloni.
Scoreboard has Steiner.
Yeah, it was Steiner. I looked at it again, and it was 4, not 34. Moore set the screen. He went around into forecourt. Right side, Moore. Out on top, Taloni. We're tied at 8, 3:15 opening period. Right corner, Raabe. Raabe right of the lane. Jumper good.
Mark Raabe with 5.
About a 15-footer. And Jackson regains the lead at 10-8. 3:03 opening period. Wing right side, Lewis. Top side to Cofield. Big guy doesn't get many touches. He's looking in. Can't do anything with it. Over to Davis. Left corner, McClinton to Davis. Top side, Lewis. Lewis in the paint. Nixon. Turnaround jumper. Good.
Aaron Nixon now with 4.
All deadlocked at 10. 2:42 to go. Again, the pressure. It's into Steiner in backcourt. Doubled right away, and he threw it away again. Raabe stole it from the backside. Back to back again. They turn it over. Raabe is fouled, I believe, as he came into forecourt on the left side. He is. The foul's going to be on Lewis.
James Lewis with his first, team's second.
Boy, Heights is relentless with that pressure.
Cochran is in. Saxton is out for Jackson. Raabe will trigger for the Polar Bears. 10-10 the score. 2:32 left to play in the first quarter.
Ball into Cochran. Cochran out on top. Left side on the wing to Raabe with the bounce pass. Down low, Cochran among the trees will throw back out to Raabe. Raabe double teamed out here on top. Now over to Steiner. Right side we go to Moore. Moore holds, puts it on the floor with the left hand, comes to the top of the key. Wants to go right, comes left to Cochran. Now to Raabe. Heights man-to-man. Really out tight, taking away the passing lanes the best they can. Cochran, jumper, 10-footer, rim, no. Rebound taken down by Nixon. That's his third. 10-10, all tied. 1:57 to go here in the opening period on a Thursday night on WHBC. Glad you're with us. Lewis with it to Nixon. We told you we should have a great one, and right now we do. Bears been hurt a bit with the fouls. Brodie Haer knocked out in the first 4 minutes with 2 personals. Right corner, McClinton. Stowe and Minner had a whopper in here last night. Stowe winning 71-70. Driving shot, Lewis, no. Lewis got the rebound, yes.
James Lewis with his first 2.
Heights gets the lead back, 12-10. Still the pressure. Ball up floor to Moore. Double team. Throws across court to Raabe. Raabe into forecourt. Raabe right of the lane. Baseline run gun. Shot blocked. And picked up by Davis. So Heights by 2 with the basketball. 1:10 to go. Nixon baseline. Jumper from 15. Got it.
Aaron Nixon with 2 more. Now with 6.
So far he's everything we heard he was. Cochran into forecourt. 14-10. Cleveland Heights. Cochran double team. Got it to Taloni inside. More up and good. Taloni found him more by himself. Cleveland Heights 14, Jackson 12. 44 seconds, clock running, first period. Lewis with it. And to the big guy, Cofield. They double teamed him, high post left side. Ball goes right side to Davis in the corner. Another jump shot, this by Lewis. Three-pointer, no good. And I hear a whistle. We're going to have another foul on Jackson. Cochran, I think.
That'll be his first, team's 4th.
Out of the rim, no. And Taloni got the rebound. He's got 2 boards. He's got 2 of the 3 Jackson rebounds. Heights has 6 rebounds. Well, Jackson down by 2 with the basketball. 21 seconds left to go in the opening period. Raabe with it to the forecourt. Takes it on the wing left side with a bounce pass to Moore. High post to Taloni. 11 seconds. Back to Raabe. Yes, that's Raabe. Leans in. Shot no good. Off the rim and rebounded by Cofield. That's his second. Heights will have it with 3 seconds to go. Nixon throws up an NBA 3. No good. We have played 1. Cleveland Heights 14. Jackson 12. Timeouts for the Akron Beacon Journal.
4 of 10 from the floor. 40%. They were 6 of 6 from the foul line. Jackson 5 of 10. 50%, 1 of 2 from the foul line.
Raabe with
5 of 10, 50%, 1 of 2 from the foul line.
Raabe with the basketball. Jackson starting with the basketball, second quarter, trailing by 2. They jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Brodie Haer back in the game with 2 fouls. High post, bounce pass, Moore. Back on the right side to Raabe. Cleveland Heights still with a man-to-man. Raabe back on the wing right side to Haer. Cofield 6'5", wide body out on Brodie. Raabe with it, down low to Haer, inside Cofield, up and good.
Brodie Haer now with 5.
Well, they worked it till they got it. It's tied at 14. Jackson back at this end, 2-3 zone matchup. They put no pressure on. Heights has pressured 90% of the game so far. Lewis Davis. Lewis as they work it back on the left side to Davis. Davis out on top. Cochran trying to fight through a pick to get to him. They drive the lane, pass to Cofield. Bad pass picked up by Raabe. Another turnover for Height. Larry Taylor says, let's slow it down, set things up. 14-14. On the right side, Saxon for Jackson. Comes around a little pick by Moore. Gives it to Cochran. Down low to Brodie Haer. Oh, they call Brodie Haer with another foul, offensive foul. I'm wondering if the same guys called all three of them on him. They're doing that. 3 on Haer. And he is back on the bench, and Coloni is in. Larry Taylor, little on the upset side, and I can't say him I don't blame him, but out on top, McClinton. McClinton will give it on the left side to Cofield. To McClinton. Right side we go to Bryant. Brodie Haer very effective inside with that offense so far. We've got Mims in the game now for Heights. That's about their first substitution.
Yes, it is.
Or their second. Bryant with it. Top side McClinton throws the 3 up and missed everything. Hit the rim, but they're hit the glass. Mims got the rebound, put it up, no good. Rebounded by Saxon. Here comes Raabe. Raabe into forecourt. Raabe down low. Stop pop on the rim. Nobody's fouled. And the Jackson fans come to their feet, saying thank you.
Foul is on Mims. That's his first.
He was trying to get through a screen and get out to Raabe, who shot the jump shot right in rhythm and motion, and he just couldn't.
Been good. Mark Raabe, a 69% foul shooter, makes good on his first try. Mark Raabe with 6 points in the ball game. Second one, no good. And rebounded by Nixon. Nixon has rebounded with the Jackson team. Aaron Nixon has 4 boards. Jackson 4 as a team. In the forecourt, this is Mims. 15-14. Jackson by 1. Bryant on the left side in for Heights. On top we go, Nixon. Swinging on the right side, driving McClinton. Baseline, throws it back out on top. And 3 seconds called on Cofield. 8th turnover for Cleveland Heights. Second this quarter. 5:48 left to play here in the second quarter. Jackson a 1-point lead, 15-14.
Heights is taking the full court pressure off first couple of minutes at the top of the key. Looks down baseline, nothing there, too much traffic. He'll give it off to Moore. Raabe, foul line, jumper, 15-footer, rim, no, rebound, McClintock. Boy, was he in the air. He's 6 foot, and he was up by the rim. Right side, Nixon. Nixon drives, baseline, spins, falls down. Traveling call. Jackson 15, Heights 14, 5:23 first half. Cochran in backcourt, little pressure from Bryant back there. Cochran beats him, clears the timeline. Top of the key, Coloni with it. Whips it left side, short jump shot, good by Moore, off the glass.
Jesse Moore now with 4.
About a 10-footer. Assist to Coloni. Jackson 17, Cleveland Heights 14. Heights has not scored here in the second quarter. We've played 3 minutes. Back it in. Nixon, turnaround jump shot, short. Rebound. Mark Raabe has it. That's his first. Jackson settling down a little bit. Heights missing their shots. Polar Bears coming down, setting up, executing. Coloni with it. Out on top, looks in, nothing there. Comes over on the left side. Moore with a jumper good from 18 feet.
Jesse Moore now with 6.
19 Jackson, 14 for Cleveland Heights.
Moore has hit his last 3 fielders.
Jackson on a 9-point run. 4:23 first half here on 1480 WHBC. The winner back Saturday night to take on Stowe. And that winner to Columbus. On top, Cofield. Cofield. Foul line, lane, basket, drive, shot, scores. Cofield with 4. Raabe got it to 30 seconds, so we'll take 1 timeout for ABM.
There's just something.
16 Jackson leading Heights with 4 minutes to go. Into forecourt comes Mark Raabe. Man-to-man defense by Heights. Jackson's been playing her 2-3. On the right side's Moore. Coloni jump. Top of the key.
Steve Coloni with his first 2.
So Brodie Haer on the bench with the fouls, and his teammates right now picking him up. 21-16. Coloni stole the ball. he'll give it back to Saxon, to Steiner, who's in the game, and to Raabe. And Raabe will bring it into forecourt. Jackson by 5. They've had a 5-point lead 3 times. Heights is led by 4. Moore on the right side. Taloni top side. Taloni one time on the floor to Steiner. Lob it on the left side to Saxon. Out on top, Steiner. Saxon drives, baseline, basket underneath, up, no good. Tipped out on top. Steiner got it back. First offensive rebound they've had. Raabe with it. On the right side we go to Moore. And ball loose at the baseline, and what a play. What a play by Raabe. It was gone out of bounds, and Raabe lifted his feet, cleared the baseline, grabbed the ball in the air, and threw it back off a Cleveland Heights player.
McClinton and Nixon back into the ball game for Heights as Jackson inbounds. 3:01 left to play in the first half. Jackson up by 5.
Raabe to inbound, throws it to Steiner, who's out about 28 feet back in the right corner to Raabe. Raabe starts to penetrate, but he got shut down, so he'll take his dribble back out on top. Heights is man-to-man, or they switch to zone. This is Raabe on the right side. Back out to Steiner, who's near mid-court. Left side we go, Saxon. Baseline, Moore. Over the zone to Raabe. Steiner. Lob it left side to Saxon. Those are long, lazy lobs. They're almost scary. Moore got doubled. Gives it to Saxon. Saxon left side. Back out on top to Steiner. Steiner with 2:24. Feeds baseline. Inside Moore. Double team. Put it up. Didn't get it. Rebound. Rebound out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Jackson. It's off from Cleveland Heights.
Brad Cochran back into the ball game for the Polar Bears. Craig Saxon gets a rest. 2:18 left to play here in the second quarter. 21-16, Jackson on top.
Raabe to Steiner on the wing. Picked up really tight by Battle. Down low, they tried to get into Raabe, and Raabe is fouled.
Maybe on James Lewis. His second, team's 4th. Mark Raabe here in the quarter, split a pair. This one up and good.
Good thing the wind was blowing that way. Hit the rim, and the wind just caught it and blew it in. See, McClinton's back in, and Glenn comes in for Heights.
Be the first time for Glenn today. Mark Raabe, second one, nothing but net. Raabe now with 8.
Jackson, Heights has scored 2 points in this quarter.
6 minutes.
This is McClinton. Right side to Davis to McClinton. They're looking for Dixon, and Dixon hadn't been getting too many touches since he came back in. Driving Lewis, the basket, glass and good. Good penetration.
James Lewis now with 4.
There's the full court in your face. Double team pressure. It's 23-18. Jackson breaks it. Cochran in the forecourt taking a pass. 1:44 in the half. Cochran with it. Bounce pass on the wing. That is Raabe. Raabe, high post to Taloni. Taloni down inside to Moore. Moore's double. Out on top, Steiner. Steiner will drive left of the lane. Tried to get it into Moore, and Nixon, a nice soccer kick, took the ball out of bounds.
Craig Saxon is in. Wes Steiner sits down for the Polar Bears. It'll be Saxon to toss it in for Jackson.
This is WHBC, 1480 in Canton. Saxon got it into Raabe. 1:30 to go. Clock moving here in the first half. 23-18. Jackson by 5. On the left wing, Saxon takes the dribble with the right hand toward the top. Back with a bounce pass to Raabe. Drives the baseline off the left side to double teamed action. Shot up. They say blocked by Nixon. Raabe got it back and put it in. He drove the baseline left side. Nixon blocked his first shot. Raabe stayed with it, grabbed it, knocked it off the glass.
Mark Raabe now with 10.
25-18. Heights with the basketball and traveling on Dixon.
Well, that's turnover number 11 for Cleveland Heights. 5 of them here in the second quarter. We still have 1:02 left to play in the period.
Raabe in backcourt double team. Throws it down floor and threw it away. Picked up by Lewis. Lewis back for Heights. Lewis works his dribble right side of the key area. Drives into the lane, goes to the basket. Run gun, rim no. And a whistle. I think Raabe may have been called for a foul. For a push from the backside.
Mark Raabe with his first, team 6. Brodie Haer having 3 of those.
Davis, left side McClinton. Now to Aaron Nixon. Now to Davis. Jackson with that 2-3. Steiner on Davis. Now to Nixon. Cochran on him. Left side McClinton with a 3. Rim, no. Great block out by Taloni. Taloni had possession, got the rebound. Jackson with 29 seconds with the basketball and a 7-point lead, 25-18. At one time they were down 14-10, so that's a 15-8 margin. In the lane, Saxon feeds into Moore, down low, put it up, no. Taloni follows, no. Taloni follows, yes. 27-18. Height with the basketball, driving shot, rim and good by Davis. And it's halftime. Halftime, the Jackson Polar Bears 27 and Cleveland Heights 20. Let's take timeouts for Nichols and Graphic Enterprises.
Individually in the ball game, first looking at Jackson, 7 played, 5 are in the scoring column, 1 in double figures. That one marked Raabe 10 first half points. Raabe 3 of 7 from the floor, including a 3. Also 3 of 4 from the foul line. With 6, Jesse Moore. He's 3 of 6 from the floor. Brodie Haer with 5, 2 of 2 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the foul line. Steve Taloni off the bench with 4 points. He's 2 of 3 from the floor. Wes Steiner with 2 points, 1 of 1 from the floor. Brad Cochran played. He was 0 of 2 from the floor, didn't score. Craig Saxton also played. He was 0 of 1 from the floor, didn't score. For Cleveland Heights, they played 8. 5 are in the scoring column. Their leading scorer, Aaron Nixon, averaging almost 22 a ball game, held the 6 here in the first half. He is 2 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the foul line. 3 players with 4 points. James Lewis with 4, 2 of 4 from the floor. Jim Davis with 4. He's 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line. Barry Cofield, the big 6'5" junior center, he has 4 points, 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the foul line. Roger McClinton with just 2 points tonight, 1 of 4 from the floor. Playing but not scoring for Heights, it was Andre Glenn and Darrell Bryant. They didn't put up any shots. Roman Mims put up a shot. He was also scoreless. So halftime from the Jar, it's Jackson 27, Cleveland Heights 20.
Cleveland Heights will inbound as we start the second half. Heights going to our left, Jackson to our right. Jackson already set up in their 2-3 zone defense. Heights with the basketball, Davis. Davis to McClinton. Left side, Cofield. Out on top, Davis. McClinton, he got that up and in, I couldn't tell you. They're going after Brodie Haer. Brodie's back in that starting lineup, and Heights out with that double team, full court pressure. It's Brodie head to Raabe. Raabe the timeline, top of the key, line lane to the Haer, and Brodie lost it. He was looking for the basket and lost the ball. We mentioned Mike Riley had stopped by. I hadn't seen him for maybe 20 years. He used to coach McKinley, and the first thing he said, he was talking about Brodie if he got in foul trouble. And I said, well, not that quick maybe, that he was liking his post-up game when he was on the floor. Top side, Davis to Nixon. 27-22 Jackson. Heights with the basketball. Davis down to the baseline to Cofield. Underneath, turn, shot. Haer blocked it.
Maybe Saxon this time.
Well, they better hope.
Yes. Saxon got the call, his first.
Because I know I'm sitting there looking at Brodie got all ball.
Barry Cofield, line left, shooting 2. Cofield in the first quarter hit 2 of 2. Cofield sets the ball on the floor before the shot. He got the ball from the official, bounces it 3 or 4 times, set it on the floor, shoots it, no good.
Missed it. Rebound Nixon, though. Back up and off the front of the rim, and Brodie Haer with his first rebound. 27-23, Jackson by 4. Cochran into forecourt. Cochran needs some help. He's double-teamed by 25 feet out. Goes on the wing right side to Moore. Moore back to Cochran on the wing. Man-to-man defense by Heights, and they're really trying to deny. Robbie's like 25, 24 feet out. Right in his face is Davis. High post down low. What a pass from Moore to Saxon, and Saxon got the lay-in.
Saxon's first 2 points for the ball game.
Almost they're so intent on Haer and Raabe. They were wide open, Saxon and Moore. 29-23. Nixon trying to put a move on out top and go down the lane. He was called for traveling. .6:27, third period. Jackson 29. Cleveland Heights 23. Ball is into Raabe. Double team. Got it into Brodie Haer. Haer back to Raabe. Now Heights pulls the pressure off. They'll pick up man-to-man once Jackson gets into forecourt. Left side, Saxon. High post to Moore. Moore in the lane to Brodie Haer. Turn to the basket. No, but he's hammered by Cofield. Nice post move by Brodie Haer. And Cofield nailed him.
Barry Cofield with his first on Cleveland Heights this half. Brodie Haer 1 of 2 from the line. Those shots coming in the first quarter when he was in. Haer, a 64% foul shooter, popped in and popped out. 29-23, Jackson with a 6-point lead as Brodie Haer gets one more from the foul line. Shot up and short off the front of the rim.
Really short. Nixon with rebound number 6 for him. Ball loose in backcourt. Cochran hustles and got it. Raabe with the down low lead. In up and good. And he's fouled. Oh, what a play.
Huge turnover that time for Cleveland Heights.
Heights let the loose ball roll. Cochran went flying down floor. Got it to Raabe. Went to the hoop. Heights had a couple of people back. Raabe leaned in and somehow uncorked his shot off the glass.
Got the bucket. Jim Davis got the foul and short off the front of the rim for Raabe's free throw.
Raabe got the rebound. Raabe with a 3 and out no. And rebounded this time by Nixon. 31-23. Jackson by 8. Their biggest lead's been 9. Biggest lead for Heights has been 4. 5:47 third period. Cofield on the low block. Cofield will give it to Lewis. Top side, Davis. In the lane, Nixon shot over Haer. Good.
Nixon now in double figures with 10.
Let's see, 5 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third on 1480 WHBC. Jackson trying to inbound it. Got it into Raabe. He's trapped right away. Throw it ahead to Moore. Down floor to Cochran. Cochran will drive the lane. Lay it up. No. Brodie Haer with the rebound. Oh, he is hammered. Cofield put him on the floor. But Brodie Haer bounces right back up. He'll shoot 2.
Second foul on Barry Cofield. Third on Cleveland Heights this half. Brodie Haer made his first foul shot tonight. Has missed his last 3.
They're not shooting that well from the line.
Brodie Haer up and good with the first one.
I don't think they are. What are they, 50%?
They're 5 of 10, yes. Brodie Haer with 6 points in the ball game. Now with 7 as he made them both.
Jackson 33, Cleveland Heights 25, 5:24 in the third. And a timeout, 30-second called by Cleveland Heights. We'll take a timeout for First Merit.
There are
has it. Cofield with it. Bounce pass on top to Davis. Swing left side. Jumper up by Lewis. Good.
James Lewis now with 6.
Heights sticking right with Jackson. 33-27. Backcourt, this is Cochran. We have 5 minutes to go in the third period. Cochran to Raabe. Looking at pressure. Back over to Cochran. Cochran double teamed out between the circles to Raabe. Raabe throws it on the left side to Saxon. He's double teamed. Down low to Raabe. Double teamed over to Haer. Up and good. Off the glass.
Brodie Haer with 9.
35-27. Jackson. 4:42, third quarter. Jackson 2-3 zone. Davis top of the key for Heights. Over to McClinton. To Heights. to Davis. Left side, shot up, back of the rim, no good. Inside, a great rebound by Saxon. That's his second. To Cochran. Cochran's in a lot of trouble. Got it over to Raabe with a three. Good. Martin Raabe with a three.
Raabe now with 15.
Jackson their biggest lead, 38-27. Long three by Nixon. Good. This kid can score inside or outside. He's the catalyst for Heights.
Well, he's got 13 points so far in this one.
More left side. Saxon blasting good from 10 feet. Jackson comes back and answers.
Craig Saxon with 4.
Polar Bears 40, Cleveland Heights 30. 3:48 in the third. Into the lane, Lewis. Lewis to the basket. Shot, glass, rim, no. Rebounded inside by Saxon, and he calls timeout. He was triple teamed at the baseline, and he calls time. 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout for Red Carpet Car Wash.
You can try.
To 30.
Now Jackson will bring it down. Raabe in backcourt. Raabe double teamed into forecourt. Raabe with a dribble down the left side, throws over the defense to Cochran. Down to Saxon. Back out to Cochran. Looks like Heights is in
almost
a zone
like a
again.
3-2, isn't it?
Yeah, they're back in, I think, in a zone. They're playing a 2-3 zone, I think. Heights now. They're double teaming. They're coming out and matching up. Left side, Raabe. Whips a pass. Brodie Haer in.
Oh, my.
No foul? No foul. Now that time, a couple of them on Brodie. I'm going, whoa, that one Brodie put somebody on the floor. Then to Brodie.
There's a foul.
And a foul on Cofield. I was watching Larry Taylor, and he thought Heights had pushed off on Brodie, and the official just made a no call. He's the same one as nailed Brodie with 3 of them, I think, or 2 or 3. And then he got it back into Brodie.
Well, Barry Cofield has had 3 fouls here in the second half. And Brodie Haer put up 4 shots, made them all. Has 3 foul shots to go with it for 11 points in the ball game. And Haer looking for the 3-point play at the line, finds it. Haer now with 12.
Jackson their biggest lead. The Polar Bears 43, Cleveland Heights 30, and Brodie Haer has gone to the bench. Getting the rest. Brodie goes to the bench with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Jackson their biggest lead, 13 points. Driving off the right side, McClinton. McClinton got in a lot of trouble baseline. Brings it back out to Davis. Top side to Nixon. Nixon guarded by Raabe. Over to Davis. Back in the right corner, McClinton. Davis in the lane. Fall away, Lewis.
How do you do that?
Boy, he's hit some dandies.
Lewis now with 8.
Jackson 43, Cleveland Heights 32. 2:36 left in the third quarter. Raabe in the forecourt. Right side, Moore. Back to Raabe. Right of the car. That's Taloni, who's in there for Haer. Taloni with it. Now to Steiner. Steiner swinging left side to Saxon. Saxon back to Steiner. Lost it. Steiner came off the top down the left side of the lane and just couldn't hang on to the pass.
9 turnovers now for Jackson through this quarter.
Well, Haer and Cochran right back in.
Saxon and Taloni. Well, Taloni's coming back in. Saxon and Steiner sit down.
I don't think Larry's too happy West lost that pass going down the lane. His players could be playing well on one little mess up. They can sit for a minute and then be back in. Here comes Davis in the forecourt. McClinton, Davis, 2:13 left in the third. Jackson by 11. Davis, right side, 3 by McClinton. Comes up short. Brodie Haer, rebound number 3. All this half. Out it goes to Raabe. Raabe in the forecourt. Over to Cochran, almost stolen. Picked up, though, it is stolen now. Heights with Lewis with the basketball. Lewis will go into the lane, lean in, another shot, back of the rim, no good. Cofield rebounds, knocked loose, picked up by the Polar Bears. We'll give Cofield the rebound, give him a turnover down the floor. This is Moore. Moore, Taloni, foul line, knocked loose, ball on the floor, ball out of bounds. Jackson turns it back over to Cleveland Heights. Steiner and Saxon coming in. I can read Coach Taylor's lips. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Cochran will sit down. 1:38 in the third. Jackson 43, Cleveland Heights 32. Heights led 14-12 after one. Jackson led at halftime 27-20. High post Nixon. Nixon in the lane. Lean in, 10-footer, no good. Rebound up and good by McClinton.
McClinton with 4.
43-34. Jackson by 9. 1:18. Third quarter. Ahead is Raabe. Raabe in the forecourt. Raabe will take it to the basket, lean in, and he's fouled. Foul's going to be on Glenn. Glenn's about 6'8" himself. Raabe went right at him.
Glenn with his first foul of the ball game. 5 now on Cleveland Heights this half. Mark Raabe back at the foul line. He is 3 of 5 from the line tonight. Raabe with 15 points. 9-point Jackson lead. And now a 10-point Jackson lead as Mark Raabe got the bounce. Maloney is in. Haer is out. Haer sitting down with 12 points and 3 fouls. Mark Raabe, one more free throw. Up. Good.
45-34. Jackson by 11. 1:09 to go. Third period here on WHBC. 1480 in camp. Nixon, long three. Rim, no. Rebounded. Raabe has it coming out of there. 4 rebounds. Raabe to Lone. Into the basket. No. Blocked by Nixon. Rebound. Moore put it up. No. It was blocked by Glenn. Grabbed by McClinton. Up floor. Pass stolen by Raabe. Gone the other way. Off the glass. Good. Jackson back by 13, 47-34. Nixon will give it off to McClinton. McClinton, right side to Lewis. We're down to 29 seconds. Polar Bears leading it by 13. High post Glenn. Right side Lewis. Glenn, the young man in there, he's about 6'8", 6'9". He's a tall one. Nixon with a 3. No. Rebound up in the air. Lewis got it. Back. No. Rebound. West Steiner has it off the floor. Steiner coming down the left side at the buzzer. Oh, about it. We still got 2 seconds. Now they're going to throw it the other way. West Steiner threw one from about 60 feet with still 3 or 4 seconds. Hit the glass and hit the rim. Heights grabbed it, threw it back the other way. Buzzer sounds. He played 3. It's Jackson 47. Cleveland Heights 34. Timeout for Nichols and the Credit Union. Well, Saxon's going to inbound it for Jackson, and the final 8 minutes underway here at the Jar. Jackson by 13, their biggest lead. 2 or 3 times they've had it. 47-34. Raabe's fouled. Heights with that pressure battle got Raabe on the arm.
Gone battle with his first. 16 fouls now for Heights.
Get to the regionals. The officials are from out of the area, and they let them play. A lot more than they do in the regular season. It's to Moore. It's to Raabe. 7:48 in the ball game. Raabe in the forecourt. Goes behind his back, stops, looks, bounce pass, high post to Moore. Moore double team knocked loose. Jackson's turned it over. Coming down is Nixon. Nixon top of the key, line lane, and a foul. And 3-on-1. Raabe will pick up the personal.
That'll be his second, team second.
Only 2 team fouls on Jackson this whole half. They'll lob it out on top. Battle with it. What's Heights been called for in the second half? 6 of them. Sort of reversal from the first half. Feed, Schofield down low on Haer. Drive shot, no. Rebound up, no, but a foul. It's going to be on Saxon. Lewis got inside, got the board, and Saxon fouled him as he went back up. Lewis, line left, will shoot 2.
First trip to the line for Lewis, shot up and good. Lewis now with 9 points in the ball game. one more. That's on its way, also good. Lewis with 10.
Jackson 47, Cleveland Heights 36. Full court pressure. Raabe got the inbounds pass, doubled right away, and a foul on Battle. Well, now it's Heights' turn to be upset with the call. Jackson upset in the first half.
Well, that was going to put Jackson in the 1-and-1. Second foul on Battle. Raabe with the 1-and-1. Mark Raabe short off the front of the rim.
Rebounded by Lewis. Lewis on the run, 2-on-2. Lewis and backs it out on the wing. Goes on top to Battle. On the left side in the corner, Nixon with a three. Good. Nixon hits a three. It's Jackson 47, Cleveland Heights 39. 7:05 to go, and the ball knocked away and out of bounds. Still belongs to Jackson. Nixon left his feet almost and dove after that one. Heights 5-0 here in the fourth quarter. They're back within 8. Lob into Raabe. Raabe in backcourt. One-on-one against Battle. Takes it into forecourt and Battle again. Too tight with the defense. We said at halftime, it depends on how they're going to call it, that with the intense pressure that Heights uses, it was surprising they were only called with 4 fouls. And now in the second half, they're keeping that pressure on, but they now picked up 8.
Mark Raabe back at the foul line for Jackson. Raabe up. Good. Raabe had to use the front of the rim and the glass before it fell through. Mark Raabe now with 20.
Jackson back by 9.
And now 21 as he made them both.
Jackson 49, Cleveland Heights 39, 6:57 to play. Battle on the left side, top side McClinton, swinging right to Lewis. High post Cofield drives on Haer, down low, underneath, puts the shot up and good. 49-41, Jackson by 8, 6:41 to go. Raabe in backcourt, works it against Battle. Crosses the timeline. Little spin move. Flip the Haer down low. Brodie up with a glass and around and out. No good. And Cofield with a rebound and a foul called on Moore.
Jesse Moore with his first foul. Team's fourth.
I got 20 rebounds now for Heights and 5-9, 20 rebounds for Jackson. Timeout, Cleveland Heights, a full timeout. 6:21 to go. Jackson up by 8. Timeout for Mercy. Well, in the first 1 minute and 40 seconds of this final period, Cleveland Heights has outscored Jackson 7-2. And they cut Jackson's 13-point lead down to 8. 49-41, and Heights with the basketball. Jackson 2-3 zone. Here comes Heights. In the right corner, Nixon. Brodie Haer out on him. On top to Davis. Davis drives left side. Raabe stays with him. Davis ball deflected by Cochran. Cochran with a steal, and he tried to go flying down floor. The defense was catching up. Great effort from Brad, but he kicked it out of bounds. Looked like with his right knee. So Jackson turns it right back. Turnover's pretty even, looking at your sheet there.
Well, Jackson with 13, Heights with 16.
Here comes Heights, McClinton with it. 8-point Jackson lead, 6 minutes to go. This is Lewis. Davis. McClinton. They'd like to get the ball to Aaron Nixon if they could. He's roaming the lane area, top to the bottom to the baseline right side. Right now it's Lewis. Now McClinton, now Nixon. He's going to throw the long three up on the rim, no good, and a foul on Cofield. Give credit there to Mark Raabe. Raabe giving away some size and everything else to Cofield.
Well, that's his fourth. Team's ninth.
Raabe blocked out very well, got his 5th rebound.
One more, Cofield will be gone. One more, Jackson will be in the double bonus. Right now, Mark Raabe with the 1-and-1. Raabe with 21 points in the ball game, short.
Rebound into the hands. Finally, Jackson comes out of there with it. We'll give it to Raabe. He was sort of tipped around by 2 or 3 players. Raabe ended up with it. Right side, Saxon. Saxon on the wing. Takes a dribble out on top between the circles. Gives it to Wes Steiner. 5:27 to play. Pass inside. Deflected away. Picked up by Saxon. Put it in. 51-41. Really didn't see what happened. One of the Polar Bears threw the ball back inbounds to Saxon. Driving shot. McClintock. No. Raabe with the rebound. Raabe with 7 boards. Raabe in the forecourt. Got double. Goes to the forecourt. Got double. Goes to Steiner. Steiner between the circles. Left side, Brodie Haer goes out about 21 feet. Goes to Raabe. We have 5 minutes to go. Jackson by 10. Raabe, right side on the wing. Gives it off to Saxon. Saxon's doubles. Corner to Raabe. Down low, Brodie Haer all by himself.
Brodie Haer with 14.
Boy, Height losing him, and a couple of times they've lost the Jackson players on defense. Jackson up by 12. Timeout, Cleveland Heights. Back after timeout for traffic and their prime. Minutes and 42 seconds remaining to be played. Jackson 53-41 lead. Heights with the basketball. Nixon drives, double team, triple team, throws a shot up short. And Brodie Haer gets the rebound. Lob in backcourt, Raabe. A lot of pressure back there. Raabe throws it up floor to Moore. Moore into forecourt. Moore pulls it out. Cochran. I think they want to run the clock because there's 4:16 to go and they're up by 12. Although Raabe's open with a 3. Mark Raabe with a 3.
Mark Raabe now at 24 points.
56-41 driving, and we got a whistle and a foul.
Maybe before the shot.
Yes, it is. That's the biggest lead Jackson's had, 15 points. They hang on. We'll have a war here Saturday night, Stowe and Jackson, where they right to go to Columbus.
Foul was on Jesse Moore. That's his second.
It'll be inbounded by McClinton.
Jackson with still another foul to give. 3:56, all that's left. Jackson by 15.
Clinton looking, throws it out. Nixon grabs it at midcourt. Nixon approaching the top of the key. He goes to Davis. Davis, Nixon. Nixon, NBA 3. Yes, nothing but net.
And Aaron Nixon now with 19.
56-44. Jackson by 12. Raabe, backcourt. Moves on Davis. Takes it into forecourt. Pulls his dribble up. Goes to Cochran. Cochran back to Raabe. Swinging left side on the wing. Deep to Saxon. Saxon guarded by Nixon. And they're going to call Nixon for too aggressive with the defense.
Aaron Nixon with his second. 10 team fouls now on Cleveland Heights.
Jim Capoletti putting his head in his hands.
Jim's been around a long time. I think I heard this is his 31st year.
It is. He's been very friendly to us and convenient. And right now we got Saxon at the line missing it.
Missed the first one. He will get 2 here because Cleveland Heights with 10. Before Saxon split the pair.
One of Capoletti's stronger teams with a good team this year. Good enough to get to the regional. Out on top, Davis. Jackson leads 57-44. Running down the lane with a shot. Lewis, no good. Rebound. Steiner ends up with it to Raabe. Raabe into forecourt. Raabe working. Double team. Steiner. Left side, Brodie Haer. Haer will put it on the floor. Snap it back out on top to Raabe. 2:59 to go. Saxon tried to get a pass from Raabe, kicked away and out of bounds by Lewis of Heights. So the Polar Bears will inbound it. Steiner looking to get it in. Lobs it backcourt to Moore. He'll throw it back into forecourt to Raabe. We have 2:50 to go. Raabe has it knocked away from behind. Picked up, though, by Moore. And then it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be inbounded by Jackson. Steiner will trigger. Throws it. Oh, my goodness. Raabe broke for the basket. Missed the wide-open layup. Haer rebounds and is fouled by Lewis. It's hard to explain what happened, but I can tell you this in layman's terms. Mark Raabe broke off, went down the lane. There was nobody with him. He got the...
James Lewis with the foul, his third. Brodie Haer at the foul line makes good on the first one.
Misses that one, and the ball is to Cofield. So Heights on the attack, down by 14. With the ball, Nixon throws it on the left side. McClinton, he's in the lane. Jumper from 8 feet, no, but a whistle and a foul on someone for Jackson.
Jesse Moore with his third. 6 now. Ball game has only 4 in this one, and still with 4 as he missed the free throw.
Now he walks away from the line. You know, Heights players are hurt, and they started 4 seniors, and this looks like it's going to be their last game.
McClinton's next one is good. McClinton
is in the Raabe double team, trapped down there. Comes out of there with a dribble, though. Throws it and head to Steiner. Steiner foul line to Haer, to the basket, up. No, partially blocked. It was blocked, and then it's knocked out of bounds. It still belongs to Jackson. It'll be inbounded by Raabe with 2:21 to go. This is WHBC 1480 in Kent. Jackson puts 4 up the right of the lane. Saxon breaks out to the right wing. Takes it back to Raabe. Raabe down low. Little 3-footer. No. And rebounded by Nixon. Nixon on the run into forecourt. 2:10 to go. Nixon with like a 26-footer. Way short off the left side of the rim. Rebounded inside by Saxon, and he is fouled.
Oh, that foul also on James Lewis.
Jackson foul. Fans want a foul, technical on Nixon. He was unhappy. I'm not really sure why. The young man threw up, oh my goodness, what, 26 feet? Never got squared up or really a good look. He's just trying to bring his team back, but some of his shooting, I think, hurt them.
Craig Saxon line right, shooting 2. First one up and good. Craig Saxon now with 8 points in the ball game.
59-45.
14-point Jackson lead. Craig Saxon with 1 more. In and out, no good.
Rebounded by Battle. 2 minutes to go. Polar Bears by 14. Driving the lane. Nice drive, nice layup by Davis.
Davis with 6.
59-47. And Jackson calls time because Saxon could not get the ball in. Heights defense. So we have 1:51 to go. Now we got a technical, maybe on Nixon. Or on, I'm not sure. Somebody of Heights said something. Technical foul. Right now, let's take a couple of timeouts for Abbott Electric and Mercy Medical Center, and we'll be back here.
Taking
fouls for Jackson here.
Jesse Moore is going to be the shooter. His first trip to the line tonight. Moore, a 69% shooter. Shot. Jesse Moore with 7. He will get 1 more. That technical foul called on Aaron Nixon.
That foul him out?
No. Second one by Moore is also good. So
60.
Moore with 8. Steiner will inbound right in front of us.
61-47. Jackson by 14, 1:50 left to go. Steiner throws it cross court to Raabe. Raabe has McClinton on him. He'll give it off to Moore. Back on the baseline to Raabe. Raabe down low, up and good.
Mark Raabe with 26.
Jackson, 63. Height, 47. Long 3 by Lewis. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound put up, no good by Bryant. And now it is on the floor. And who's got it? Jackson got a foul on Height. gone to the line. It's going to be
Saxon again. Saxon tonight, 2 of 4 from the line. 2 free throws here. Saxon can have double figures with 10. Right now he has 8, and now he has 9.
Well, Jim Capoletti now clearing his bench somewhat.
Charles in.
Yeah, he's in, and Max Creek. And
Steve Coloni is in for Jackson.
There goes Brodie Haer out of the ball game.
Brodie tonight, 15 points, 5 boards.
Played a heck of a game down low.
Craig Saxon with 1 more. On its way, no good.
Rebounded by Battle of Heights. We have 1:29 to go. Jackson 64, Heights 47. Also in the game is Anthony Jones, about a 5'5" youngster, and his shot blocked by Raabe, and Raabe takes it out of the air. Into forecourt comes Raabe, over to Steiner. Steiner right back to Raabe, 112. Raabe on the wing right side to Moore. Moore works his dribble. Right side, Raabe. We're down to 1 minute to go. Raabe with it. Not really looking to shoot. Got it to Moore. Moore on the left side, comes out on top. Back on the wing to Raabe. Down to 48 seconds. Raabe dribbling around. There's a double team to Coloni. Coloni inside. Saxon by himself. Off the glass and good.
Craig Saxon now with 11.
66-47. Jackson by 19. We're down to 31 seconds. Long three by Nairn off the rim, no good, out of bounds to Jackson. And here comes a whole bunch of new guys for the Polar Bears. I think they're in front of the
I see Brad Jones coming in.
Trent White is in. Jeremy Maurer is in. And who else are we missing here? Number 20, that is Russ Close. Jackson putting it in play. Still got 1 player. 24, Ryan Pratt. That's the 5 new ones. Jackson with the ball. We have 14 seconds left. Out on top, Maurer. Down low, Trent White with a jumper. No good. Rebounded by Cleveland Heights. And we have 3, 2, 1. Shot at the buzzer. Wouldn't have counted it if it had gone. And it's all over. Jim Capoletti was gone to get his player Nixon, and Nixon won't come back. Jim Capoletti is upset. Nixon tried to get into some skirmishes with Jackson players, and Jackson wouldn't respond, and Nixon wanted to go to the locker room. Jim Capoletti chased after him.
And now he's back.
Yeah, Jim won't put up with that. I have a lot of respect for that man. And he's got his kids back to go and shake hands with the Polar Bears. Jackson wins at 66-47. Timeout for Campco and Johns. We're back. Hey. I think we're back here. There, we got him coming. We'd have asked Larry Taylor to come over. Thank you. I'll put it on for you. Bill Dessiger, athletic director. And Coach Taylor has joined us here. We'll get him in the conversation.
Please, sir.
Maybe I'll have you hold both of them. I'll get some sound for both of them. I'm taping, and I'm going to put you on live and then taper in the morning. Okay? About the game, Coach. Struggle 14-12 first quarter. You're up by 10 at halftime. Discuss the first half.
Well, we knew coming into the game, Jim, it was going to be a heck of a battle out there. Cleveland Heights is a great team. They got a great coach and a great program. And anytime you're playing against the program, you've got to do things for 4 quarters. We told the kids the biggest thing was keep making defensive efforts. They're going to score their points. They're going to do the things that they do. But we're a good basketball team, and we deserve to be here. And our kids know what it takes to get here. I challenged them offensively to make great passes to their teammates. They did that, and that's the reason we're moving on to Saturday night.
Brodie gets in foul trouble. Seemed like they called a little bit different in the second half. They only had 4 fouls with that intense defense in the first half. And was Saxon and Moore really big cogs with Brodie out of there the way they played in Saloni?
Jim, it's all about a team. You know, Brodie was in foul trouble. He feels terrible. West didn't play well tonight. I told him, don't worry about that. That's what this is all about. It's a team thing, fellas, and they picked you up tonight. Brodie saw that. It's a confidence thing. It makes you feel better knowing that you can make some mistakes on that floor and not have to play your best game, and we can still come out here with a great win against a great team.
How well did you handle their pressure? I thought very well, but
very well. I thought Brad Cochran and Mark Raabe were just super tonight. They did a good job of getting the ball down the floor strong and taking care of the ball and doing what they had to do. And you know, you're not going to be a good basketball team if you can't handle pressure and deal with the ball handling skills that those kids need to have. And I was very proud of them tonight.
Heights seemed to have trouble finding their spots on the floor to shoot the ball. I mean, the defense took that away from them.
Well, we closed out well, Jim. We knew where they wanted to go a little bit out of their offenses, and we had to find Nixon, of course, and make him take some tough shots. He's a great player. And they rebounded well like we thought they would, but our kids just gave it the heart. They gave you what you need. That's what makes high school sports so special, just that special effort from a special group of kids.
I know it's a great win. Maybe a final thought. I'll let you go with your kids. You only have one day to get ready for Stowe. They've got two. Do you work your kids hard tomorrow or let them take it pretty easy because they got to give it all they got Saturday?
Sure. We're going to watch some tape, Jim. We're going to do some things different that Stowe did against us at our place. Our kids remembered that game. They're excited about being here Saturday night. They don't really care who they're playing against. We're going to come out here and do what we did through our entire season. That's to just get better with each game and stay more focused as the games go along this tournament trail.
Larry Taylor, thank you for coming over, and congratulations. Heck of a win.
Jim, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Larry Taylor of the Jackson Polar Bears now running to be with his team. Appreciate him stopping by. The final score, Jackson 66, Cleveland Heights 47. And let's take a couple of time from Bill Dessiker, but this will be for mostly the Jackson fans that were here today, and there are a lot of them. You're going to hear them. Heights, not that many. But Saturday night, look out. Stowe and Jackson, they may pack this place. I'm not really sure. But a nice crowd on hand for this one tonight. You had the end bleachers fairly open, but the sides were full. Well, I got rebounds, 28 for Jackson, 26 for Cleveland Heights. And Mark Raabe with 8 to lead the Polar Bears. Steve Taloni with 6, did a nice job. Saxon 4, Brodie Haer 5. So they got on the board, especially in that second half. While starting the second